Breast conserving surgery, also called a lumpectomy or wide local excision, is a type of operation to remove cancer from the breast without removing the entire breast. The goal is to take out the cancer along with a small amount of healthy tissue around it, while keeping as much of the normal breast as possible. When is a lumpectomy a good choice? Your surgeon might suggest this surgery if the cancer is small compared to your breast size. It's located in a spot that's easy to remove without damaging too much breast tissue. The cancer is found in just one area, not spread around. Important. After a lumpectomy, most people will have radiotherapy, radiation treatment, on the breast. This is like an extra safety step to kill any tiny cancer cells that might still be hiding. It lowers the chances of the cancer coming back. However, if you can't have radiotherapy for some reason, this surgery might not be the best option. What happens during the operation? The surgeon carefully removes the cancer lump. A small border of healthy tissue all around it. This is called a margin. Sometimes they also remove some lymph nodes from your armpit area, called the axilla, to check if the cancer has spread. Everything they remove is sent to the lab, where a specialist, a pathologist, checks it under a microscope. The most important thing they look for is whether the margins are clear, meaning no cancer cells are seen at the edge of the removed tissue. Clear margins equals good news. It means all the cancer was likely taken out and you probably won't need more surgery. If margins aren't clear, it's like trimming a patch of weeds from a garden. If a few weeds are left right at the edge, you may need to go back and remove a bit more to make sure it's truly clean. Quick example. Imagine you spill some ink on a white t-shirt. You don't just cut out the visible ink, you also cut a bit of clean fabric around it to make sure no tiny stains are left behind. That's exactly how surgeons think when they do a lumpectomy. What about the scar? After breast conserving surgery, you'll have a scar on your breast. But don't worry, it's usually placed in a spot where it's hidden under a bra or a swimsuit. If you had lymph nodes removed from your armpit, you'll have a second scar there too. Over time, both scars usually fade and become less noticeable. Sometimes the surgeon can make the cut around the darker skin surrounding your nipple, the areola. This way the scar can blend in even more and be harder to spot as it heals. Will your breast look different? For many women, the breast looks almost the same after surgery. But sometimes the breast may be a bit smaller. If needed, the surgeon might suggest a small operation on the other breast to help them match better. Before your surgery, your doctor can explain what to expect and might even show you photos of results from other patients, so you can have a clear idea. Finding tiny cancers that can't be felt, occult lesion localization. Some early breast cancers are so small that you can't feel them by touch. These are called non-palpable or occult lesions, and they're usually found through scans like a mammogram, ultrasound, or MRI. Since the surgeon can't feel the cancer during surgery, they need a way to mark exactly where it is. There are two main methods to do this. Wire-guided localization. Non-wire-guided localization. Your surgeon will tell you which one is best for you. What is wire-guided localization? If you're having wire-guided localization, here's how it works. Before your operation, usually on the same morning, a radiologist or breast surgeon will use a mammogram or ultrasound to locate the cancer. Insert a very thin wire into the breast to mark the exact spot. Think of it like putting a tiny flag in the ground to mark a hidden treasure. Then when you're asleep for surgery, the surgeon makes a small cut, follows the wire straight to the cancer, removes the cancer and a small margin of healthy tissue around it, takes out the wire once the tissue is removed. This helps make sure they take out the right area safely and accurately. Finding breast cancer without using a wire, non-wire guided localization. Not all cancers need a wire to guide the surgeon. There are newer, more comfortable ways to mark where the cancer is. Your surgeon might use a special marker such as a magnetic marker, a radioactive liquid or a radioactive seed, an electromagnetic wave reflector, a radiofrequency tag. When do they place the marker? It depends on the type of marker. Some are placed on the same day as your surgery or the day before. Others can be placed a few days or even weeks ahead of time. The marker is placed during a scan like an ultrasound or a mammogram to make sure it's right where the cancer is. During surgery, the surgeon uses a special probe, kind of like a metal detector, to find the marker. This helps them locate and remove the cancer accurately without needing a wire sticking out of the breast. Lumpectomy and reshaping the breast, therapeutic mammoplasty. Sometimes the surgeon needs to remove a bigger section of breast tissue to get all the cancer out. If this would change the shape of your breast, they might recommend a therapeutic mammoplasty. Here's what happens. The surgeon removes the cancer. Then they use the remaining breast tissue and skin to reshape the breast, like gently remodeling it. Your breast will be smaller afterward, but your nipple and areola usually stay. What about the other breast? To keep both breasts looking balanced and natural, you may need surgery on the other breast too. If your breasts are small, the surgeon might borrow a little extra tissue from nearby areas, like under the arm, to help rebuild the shape. This is called a partial reconstruction. Before surgery, your surgeon will explain everything in detail, including how your breast will likely look and feel afterward, and answer all your questions. Checking lymph nodes before surgery. When you're first being tested for breast cancer, doctors will also check the lymph nodes under your arm. This area is called the axilla, to see if the cancer has spread. You'll usually have an ultrasound scan of that area at the same time as your other breast scans. If any of the lymph nodes look unusual or enlarged, your doctor will take a small sample, called a biopsy, using a fine needle. The sample is sent to the lab to check for cancer cells. If the biopsy shows cancer has spread to those nodes, you'll likely have surgery to remove most or all of them. This is done during your breast surgery and is called an axillary lymph node dissection, ALND, or axillary clearance. If the lymph nodes look normal on the scan, then you won't need a biopsy before surgery. But during the operation, your surgeon will do a sentinel lymph node biopsy to double-check. What is a sentinel lymph node biopsy, SLNB? Even if your scan looks fine, your surgeon still needs to check the first few lymph nodes that would be affected if cancer started to spread. These are called sentinel lymph nodes. The idea is, if cancer isn't in those first nodes, it probably hasn't spread any further. Here's how it works. A few hours before surgery, a small amount of mildly radioactive liquid, called a tracer, is injected into your breast near the cancer. Sometimes your surgeon will also inject blue dye into the same area during the operation. Both the dye and the tracer travel through your lymphatic system, just like fluid from your breast would. The sentinel lymph node is the first one these substances reach. Your surgeon uses a special scanner to detect the radioactive tracer. They also look for the blue dye to see which nodes it has reached. They remove 1 to 3 of these nodes to send to the lab for testing. You might notice a slight blue tint on your breast afterward. That's from the dye. Your urine might even turn greenish-blue for a couple of days, which is harmless and goes away on its own. After the sentinel lymph node biopsy, if no cancer is found in the sentinel nodes, great news. You won't need any more lymph nodes removed. If cancer is found in those nodes, you'll likely need further treatment. Another operation to remove more or all lymph nodes in your armpit. This usually happens about 2 weeks after you get your lab results. Or radiotherapy to the armpit instead of more surgery. Your doctor will help decide what's best for you. Possible side effects after breast-conserving surgery. Like any surgery, breast-conserving surgery, lumpectomy, can come with some side effects. Most are manageable, especially when caught early. It's important to let your care team know if something doesn't feel right. Here are some things that might happen. Bleeding from the wound. Infection, you might notice redness, swelling, warmth, or pus. Fluid buildup around the surgery area, called a seroma. Feels like a soft swelling and may need draining. Blood buildup around the surgery site, known as a hematoma. Nerve pain, a tingling or shooting pain near the scar. Stiff shoulder or limited movement. Swelling in your arm or hand. This could be a sign of lymphedema. Cording, tight, rope-like bands under your arm if you've had lymph nodes removed. Blood clots, usually in the legs, deep vein thrombosis, but rare. Don't worry, your healthcare team is trained to help manage these. The sooner you speak up, the easier it is to treat them. Follow up after surgery. Your recovery doesn't end after surgery. Your care team will keep a close eye on how you're doing. You'll usually see your surgeon 1 to 2 weeks after surgery. They'll check your wound, make sure you're healing well, and talk through any next steps. At that appointment, they'll also go over your surgery results, like whether the cancer was completely removed and if you'll need any more treatment. You'll also have contact details for your breast care nurse or ward, so you can reach out if you're worried about anything between appointments. Self-managed or flexible follow-up, PIFU. In some hospitals, instead of regular clinic visits, you may have scheduled phone check-ins with your breast care nurse. The option to call them anytime if you notice new symptoms or have concerns. This is called supported self-management or patient-initiated follow-up, PIFU. It gives you more flexibility while still keeping you connected to your care team. Radiotherapy after breast-conserving surgery. In most cases, you'll have radiotherapy to the whole breast after surgery. This helps destroy any tiny cancer cells that might still be there, lowering the chance of the cancer coming back. When does it start? If you're not having chemotherapy, Radiotherapy usually starts a few weeks after surgery. If you are having chemotherapy, radiotherapy comes after that's finished. Special types of radiotherapy. Intraoperative radiotherapy. In some hospitals, a small dose of radiotherapy is given during surgery, directly to the area where the tumor was. No radiotherapy. If your risk of cancer returning is very low, your doctor might decide you don't need it at all. Radiotherapy boost. If you're at a higher risk of the cancer returning in the same spot, you might get an extra dose, called a boost, of radiotherapy focused on the area where the tumor was removed, even after the whole breast has been treated. Whether you're days before surgery or years beyond it, your strength inspires us. Join our support community. 1. Like if this eased your concerns. 2. Subscribe for more patient-centered guides. 3. Comment your surgery date for encouragement. At HeInfo, we believe knowledge plus support equals healing. You're writing a survival story every day.